you had somebody that was bragging on you, but I just really didn't take him for what he's worth. But could you tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Yes. I am originally campus. Practice large animal medicine for 3 years in Canton. Practice big animal practice in Craven, Mississippi for 4 years back in Madison. And opened up a big animal practice out of the second building on the side of there. And there's
Did you go to school with Michael Fromm?
sir.
You remember Michael Fromm? That's right. I thought so. Yeah, he was my neighbor. You look really squeaky clean in here. It's hard to believe everybody's so squeaky clean. I'm glad the Senate doesn't have to do a peer committee evaluation. Wouldn't make it, I don't believe. The only thing I saw is that you haven't done and it doesn't mean anything to me, but you haven't done a the Ethics Commission economic interest. I don't think there's any trouble with the committee. Do I hear a? Yeah.
Involved with the association of politics. Chicago, been a member of MBMA, graduated president of MBMA, and legislative liaisons, MBMA, and all very close behind it. I guess I was.
Senator Seymour.
It says here, getting a little personal, but your wife's from Van Cleave?
She is.
She's a Harwell?
She is.
Okay, I won't hold that against you. One thing, you deal with large animals also?
I do walk down with my there.
Thank you.
Everybody in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Congratulations. Thank you so much for serving. Yes, sir. All right, the first bill we're going to bring up is the House Bill 232. It's the dairy show, relocate the show from Lee County to Pontotoc County. There are no dairies. Of course, I'm told it doesn't matter if there's any dairies in Lee County or not by one of my fellow senators. It's all about where the show is being held, but I didn't have a problem with it. There's dairies in Pontotoc County, and the extension agent of that region wanted to move it from Lee County to Pontotoc County. And I didn't see anything wrong with it, but you got a question?
I do. Basically just state, I've got a motion, but I've got to read for the motion. I'll go ahead and state the motion. Motion is a reverse repealer. And the reason why I say that, I've got a lot of looking to do into this. I'm wanting to make sure that this is the type of dairy show that I believe it is. And if it is, I want to look and make sure that it's not a regional show. I know that with some shows, you have regions which students competing are assigned to. And I just want to make sure that we're not making an unfair move that's going to put any more of these families at a disadvantage by moving this from Lee County to Pontotoc. It's not in my district. We don't show dairy cattle at all, but I just want to make sure that we're doing the right thing by this. So I wish we could put a reverse repealer in this. That way I'd have time to look through this and make sure before I vote on this.
I don't have a problem with it.
The motion is a reverse repealer be added.
Everybody in favor of that, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? reverse repealers there. Now I need to pass the bill, House Bill number 232. Everybody in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye. Next one is House Bill 256. We did a strike all on House Bill 256 to do away with the repealer. I mean, to do away, yeah. Do away with the repealer. And so they would not have to. Every year, they're coming back with us to do this every year after over and over. And it just does away with the repealer that they're requiring that the Mississippi Boll Weevil Management Corporation to submit the annual audit. And that way it won't have to come back to us every year.
Chairman, I have one question on that one.
Go ahead.
Right, so, and it's just probably missing out of there. I just need clarification that the other page is missing in our packet. Which is missing in my packet. What do you have a packet? I go page 3, page 5. Page 3, page 5. Everybody else have it?
I don't have page 5.
Which one is that?
Mr. Chairman,
256.
As long as I have clarification from the chairman, it's all well, I have no problem. with it. I just,
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Also, if we're doing away with the repealer, it stands repealed after 2026 on page 4. If I'm looking at the right.
we have a proposed strike.
Strike all.
I go, it's like it just didn't print on the back, Chairman. It's
Yeah.
right on the front.
Well, let's just go on.
If you got it correct.
I think I do.
Would you mind passing
Yes.
it down here? Let us
Pass
look
it down,
at
let them look at it.
Uh,
But that's all it does, is does away with them having to come back with the audit to us every year.
I got two strike offs too. Here you go. Y'all wanna look at that right quick? I have no. Chairman. See that?
Motion is to accept strike off 256.
Do fast strike off.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Uh,
Any opposed? Now we need to pass the bill, is that correct?
that's what you just right here.
Okay, never mind. All right.
We're good on that.
All right, next bill is House Bill 280. This is a strike all on, this is the, oh, this is for the study to do we're doing a study. This is to do the study committee, creating a study committee on foreigners buying land in Mississippi. And that's all it is doing. And why we have to pass a bill to do that, but Farm Bureau was in favor of doing this committee. And that's pretty much what it is. Took out the reverse repealer. Creating a study committee, and it's gonna have 9 members. That will be, one will be appointed by the Commissioner of Agriculture, Attorney General, Chairman of Judd B of the House, Chairman of Judd B of the Senate, Chairman of the Agriculture Committee, Chairman of the Senate Committee, and the House Chairman. One person to be appointed by the governor, one to be appointed by the Lieutenant Governor, and one to be appointed by the Speaker of the House. Senator Seymour.
Could be explained, maybe Senator Hickman. What is the difference between Judd A and Judd B?
Yeah, that's if you find it, criminal side.
So B is,
Oh, yeah, it is criminal.
why is not Judd A on there? Because you're gonna be really looking at how the Jones Act plays as far as property outside of the United States. Might want to amend that.
So, and that's a question I just had for, our staff up here. Why, and apparently this is house money brought over. I really have no. And they would be looking at civil side and ownership of land, real property, and things of that nature.
Take out Judd B and put Judd A.
And I don't care if you leave the house as Judd B. We're not picking the fight with them, but I do think on our side, probably a Judd A would be.
I move that we delete Judd B and insert Judd A.
On both, House, Senate, or just, or Senate? Both.
Vote. All in favor of that, say aye. Opposed? Then we got to pass the
So it'd be a, competition do pass, strike off.
Strike off. as amended. That's right.
So moved.
So moved. See, the next one is, oh, I'm sorry. All in favor of that, say aye. Opposed? The next one we're doing is 363. House Bill 363. In section 1, this will the law officers that are at the fairground contracts will be private and exempt from records. In section 2, it gets rid of the report for MDA because they don't do it anymore. It's not, there's no report. Section 3, it will allow the Land, Water, and Timber Board to meet anywhere it chooses to meet. And then in section 4, it repeals the, does away with the Mississippi Agribusiness Council that doesn't ever meet anyway. I'm on that board. We've never met since I've been on it. I think I've been on it for 8 years. So that's pretty much what the strike all does. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Why
Sir
are we-
David.
The only one I'm concerned about is section, why are we doing that? What's the purpose?
It's what the commissioner wanted.
Did he not get reason behind it?
Mr. McDonald, can you tell us the reason?
Couldn't we with that? Contracting will not come with personal condition. Already.
Any other questions? Everybody good with that? Say aye. Anybody opposed? 484 is the next one. This is deleting the repealer. It's strike all. It's deleting the repealer on the Ag and Commerce Authority to regulate the petroleum products. And we also put in language in the back for Amtrak and Southern Rail Commission. It's on 423. The Southern Rail Commission is granted the authority to prepare grant applications related to the establishment or maintenance of passenger rail service, enter into operating and other contractual agreements with providers of passenger rail service, and enter into agreements with owners or operators of railway tracks in order to provide for upgrades necessary to establish or maintain passenger rail service. This was okay with Senator Branning, who's chairman of Highways Transportation. And that's pretty much what the strike all bill does. Questions? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Rising report? Thank you.
That was the first thing they did.
Where do you go?